So I just left Mackinac City and I'm actually on my way to Christmas, Michigan. So I'll spend the night there, then continue making my route to Copper Harbor, which is up in the Keweenaw. Now, over to the left, this is actually Lake Michigan, so it gives you a good view of my trip along the way. Okay, I just arrived here in Christmas, Michigan, which is just outside of Munising, and I'm staying at this place called the White Pine Lodge. On a rainy day, coming from Mackinac City. And there's really not much to Christmas. I actually made a video here about a year ago, so I got a little experience here. I gotta wait till my check-in though. They're pretty strict on that. But this is where I'm at. Go down and check the room out, see what it's like. This is in Christmas, Michigan. All right, there we go. Right here. All right, let's check it out. This is what it looks like. Not bad, not bad. Got a nice, got a microwave on this one. Last room I didn't get one. A little bit spacious, got an AC, and it's raining like crazy. White Pine Lodge, again, that's where I'm at, here in the town of Christmas. And this is an overlook at it right now. Pretty nice, huh? 1028, goes to Marquette. About 35 miles out. Munising is just down the road. And standard bathroom, sink. The works. Nice continental breakfast, which they offer here. So let's go check it out. Here on the second floor. We're gonna have a hot tub in here, but apparently it's out of order. That's what it looks like though. They told me that yesterday. It's alright, I'm not really into those hot tubs. I see in a hotel, but let's have a look at the lobby. That is pictured rocks. And a good shot of the Upper Peninsula. Right here. So this is a typical continental breakfast area. You got your coffee maker, good awesome orange juice, handful of breads and bagels. I just love this waffle maker. You know, your standard cereals right there. Of course I have to check to see what they refrigerate. And it just give you an idea. I had the boiled eggs, but they were absolutely terrible. I don't know how they boiled them, but they just didn't taste good. But overall, it wasn't that bad. I've been in a lot worse. It's better than nothing. You get a little bit of fruit right here. They had some apples there earlier, but you know, they go pretty fast. I'm just kind of making my way over here to the corner. That's the business center of this resort. Just a little computer with a printer on it. Just a handful of folks in. They're a little bit noisy, so I decided to do a voiceover on this. And one thing that stands out here, because I am in the town of Christmas, they had this beautiful Christmas tree, and I just thought I'd kind of highlight it out a little bit, being the fact that I'm actually staying in the town. And I thought it was a pretty awesome tree. And then they have these two nutcrackers on the bottom. They really kind of put some character into the place. Now, overall, I had to check in at 4 o'clock, so I had a long wait yesterday before I came in. Just kind of giving you a little bit of overview on what the lobby looks like. Not too bad. So-so. And then I'll give you a little tour of what's inside this store. It's kind of like a 7-Eleven in a way. You know, you've got your standard little things that you can buy when you're on the road, although everything in here is extremely overpriced. Wouldn't suggest doing your main shopping in here, but it's not too bad. You know, if you're missing something, they probably have it here almost. So I'm just kind of doing a little bit of a walk around before I go hit the breakfast. And then you got gas pumps out on the outside. Got a coffee mess over there, which you can use if you're a guest. Buy some t-shirts over here in the corner, but overall, not too bad. Okay, so it's time to leave the White Pine Lodge here in the town of Christmas. And it's really been quite a rainy day since I got here, and it's still raining. And now I'm heading up to the Keweenaw Peninsula, up toward a place called Copper Harbor. And that'll be a little bit more interesting. And looking at the weather report, it looks much more favorable than it does here. And this is kind of a last look outside my hotel here. And I actually made a video here about a year ago, so I was going to go out, but the weather just does not want to cooperate. So on my way to Copper Harbor. And a little roadside park on my way. Beautiful. Rain kind of stopped a little bit. Let's go check it out. Michigan Tech University. Here's some of the buildings right here. On their way to Copper Harbor. Somewhat it reminds me of Marquette, just a little bit. So this is Keweenaw County snowfall since 1957 to 2021. And what I thought I'd do before I actually go up to Copper Harbor is stop here, so check it out. You can see they actually get the most snow in the Upper Peninsula, and that is a record high up there of 390 inches of snow. Unbelievable. There it is. During the winter of 1978-79. Keweenaw County established a new snowfall record by tabulating a total of 390 inches of snow. That's pretty cool. So this is US 41, and it will take me all the way to Copper Harbor. Now this actually was one of the prettiest routes that I have drove since being up in the Upper Peninsula. And this is on the Keweenaw, which is heading up to the very tip of the Upper Peninsula. And it's one of my highlights of my drive. Now obviously, not being fall yet, this would be one of the best times of year toward mid-October to really see the colors up here. But unfortunately, I'm a little bit early, mid-September, so they're not quite there. But there are some pretty trees around. And just coming into Copper Harbor, I thought I'd slow down and show you the sign right there. So welcome to Copper Harbor, located all the way up here in the Keweenaw of the Upper Peninsula, which is almost the most northern part of the Upper Peninsula. And it took me about 3-hour drive from Christmas, Michigan, where I came from, to get up here. And over there, what you're looking at, that is ferries that go out to an island called Isle Royal. so beautiful up here, and I'm so happy that the weather was a little bit favorable, because it was raining like crazy where I came from, but so nice now. And this is right down here, and I'll do a little bit of a walking tour around here, but this is the sheer beauty of it right here. So I'm going to do just a little bit of a quick walking tour around here, and you see some of the hotels that you can stay in here. And you're right near the ferries to Isle Royal. It's called the Isle Royal Queen. Let's see, go take a walk over there. Maybe you get a better view also. I think they got a bakery too. Oh, look at this. And then here's the little coffee place right here. You can get a really good view over here. Wow. That is really absolutely beautiful. Look at this. Take this all in. Now the dock is closed, but they actually have a, what is it, got a sunset cruise? This is what Isle Royal looks like right there on the map. I've actually hiked across it many years ago when I was a kid. Decades ago. But look at that. Look what that looks like. That wouldn't be a bad place to stay. Also, King Copper Motel. So coming up here from down by the ferry, and gonna head into the somewhat little town that's here. Didn't realize how many places there are to stay here. Place called the Bella Vista. Actually a nice place. It's called the King Copper. They even serve ice cream. Of course, a lot of housing up here down the road. Very remote to get up here. I think the only road to come in is the one that I came in on. It's called the Wise Old Man of Isle Royal. You buy all your camping gear in there. Kind of take the boardwalk a little bit. I think this might be the general store, maybe. Let's see what it is. Let's see what this place is called. Yeah, it's called the Old Country Store. Definitely like the style of it. Nice looking motorcycle right in front. Kind of like a, I call it an old western style. Definitely fits the place up here. Take a walk inside. See what they have. Definitely got a fudge. Just came from Mackinac, Mackinac Island, Mackinac City. Of course, you buy your firewood. Let's see what's going on here. Looks like going to a house. Wow, look at that old phone right there. That is an old one. That looks like an old Jew? I'm not sure what that is. So this is a good looking here. So I'm doing an inside look. And you got some old pottery up there. I gotta show you this old Franklin stove though. That is really something. Look at this. This is, I don't see too many of these around anymore. Look at that stove. Oh well, get a good look in the old country store. Some very old stuff here.
Up to the monastery. Yes. That's where he got it from the monastery. Yeah.
Okay, gonna take a walk down somewhat of the main area here. I'm sure there's more down there, just that I'm not gonna drive any further than this. I think if you go there, you can go to the lighthouse. Like over there, it's a nice place to stay at. Got this restaurant, it's called the Tamarack. Brisket and pulled pork. Some more areas down here. We got a nice apple tree over here. Look at those apples. That is a good sized tree. Let's see, kind of going right back where I started from. Really not that big here. Yeah, so I kind of just came right back to where I started from. But this is actually the best view, really. When you come over here. Okay, so I'm gonna do another panoramic. You see this sign right here? Miami, Florida is 1,990 miles. Okay, so this is the Copper Harbor Welcome Center. I just did a tour down there, and along the waterway across the street you got some Cabins Motel called the Mariner North, I guess. And then just a little bit up in here. And let's see what they have here. And you can see they have, you know, a lot of stuff around here. Clark Mine 2 miles away. Lake Manganese. So there's a lot to see here in a short period of time. There's the post office too. Let's see if actually go in here. Maybe I can. So, look at this. So a lot of history here. Shipwrecks. And some old photos. Let's see. We are the spirit of
Geologically, it's very unique.
Any suggestions of this area for rock climbing?
There are, like Hunter's Point right out here. I mean, this time of the year especially, it's pretty kicked over. Typically the springtime, nice and the leaves.
Over here.
Not that you won't find anything, but those easy pickings are picked over this time of year.
See this, just some. No, that's one thing I'd like to see is the Gull Rock Lighthouse, which is still there, but I'll have to do that on another trip.
All right, you two, take care, man. You're welcome.
Keweenaw copper. That. And you got some old. Alrighty. Okay. Here. Time to leave. There we go. Looks like some nice bikes to rent there. Oh, these are for sale. All right.
Oh, wait a minute.
Kayaks here. Definitely great for outdoors around here. So time to leave Copper Harbor and go back to Baraga, where I'm actually staying, because it's about a 2-hour drive back there. But I definitely will come back here. I just wanted to kind of see it. This is almost the farthest in the Upper Peninsula here in the Keweenaw. So time to head back on that nice windy road.